All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakar Kadash. Give honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So, um, for anyone who hasn't seen Game of Thrones, this is a really famous scene from Game of Thrones. And I was watching it the other day, and it had me thinking. I'm like, man, this is what it's like, like being in the truth and, trying to duck Satan. Satan is just like this scene. So, I'm gonna play this scene and just go into a couple of scriptures and just edify on the situation. It's chaos going on all around you. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep your head strong. All right, you gotta be sober, be vigilant. That's why I'm gonna get that scripture here. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. Especially in a time of war, and we in a time of war. All right, we in the last days right now. It's a spiritual war, but it is going to manifest into a physical war. So with that being said, you got to be in tune with your star player, so to speak. All right, you got to have your mind right. No, no, no. Check out Jon Snow in this scene right here. Check this out. You see how he's everywhere he's going, you know what I'm saying? Bam, bam, here, it's there, it's there. He dug down and all the arrows missed him. Alright. That's what it's like fighting Satan. Okay? That's how it should be in this truth. Because Satan's gonna come at you at all angles. Okay? That's like that man that fled a lion and a bear and a serpent bit him. Alright, we trying to not let that serpent bite us. Alright. I'm gonna play this scene a little bit more. There's a little bit more to it. And that's how easy it is to get caught up by Satan. Just that easy. But I'm gonna get to these scriptures, man. Like I said, we gotta be sober. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let the scriptures talk. This is First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." And that's what was going on in that scene. That wasn't what was going on in that scene, but that's the comparison that I'm making. At every turn, you had danger. All right, he had people on horses. He had people on foot with swords, arrows being shot at him. Every which way he turned, there was something trying to overtake him, and that's the role of Satan in this truth. At every turn, you have a woman over here trying to get you. You have people in the world trying to get you. All right, you have just all kind of temptations from your former life or whatever it is that you're going through, because we all going through something. We all have our own fights and our own our own personal battles in this truth. And you just got to be sober and be vigilant. All right, you got to be clear minded. You got to be goal oriented. You have to be disciplined. Those are the characteristics that are going to get you salvation. All right, you think if he had his Jon Snow right there in that scene, you think if he had his mind clouded, that he'd have been able to duck and dodge those horses, duck and dodge those men swinging swords, hide from the arrows? Now, ultimately, that's a movie, but it's a perfect representation of what we're going through in this truth and how we need to react upon it. All right, it's another scripture I wanted to get. This is Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, "Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." All right. It didn't say put on half the armor. It didn't say just pick up the sword. It didn't say just, get the shin guards or whatever. It said put on the whole armor. Because why? Because we have to stand the wiles of the devil. Satan is Satan is coming about like a roaring lion, seeking forth whom he may devour. So as a roaring lion, you got to defend yourself. So you're going to need all the armor. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Spiritual wickedness in high places. We know that the elites are using the left hand to come down on us. We know that it's Satan's job to try to get us off track. But we can't let that move us off our path, bump us off our road. We got to make sure that we have that oil in our lamps. Okay? It says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." Okay, so you don't go. Who goes to war? Who goes to battle naked? Nobody does. When you go to battle, you have on your armor, your chainmail, your helmet, your sword, your shield. You have all that weaponry. Why? You're prepared to go through some things. If somebody try to stab you with a sword, you got the chainmail and the armor to block it. You got the shield to block it. You got your sword to defend yourself, to cut somebody else down. So that's how it's got to be in the truth, man. We got to use this word to block all the BS that these reprobates, these other camps, these Christians, or anybody else who's gainsaying got to say. That's what we use. That's our sword, the scriptures. But other than that, you have to, like I said, put on the breastplate of righteousness. That's you being an Israelite inwardly, not just outwardly. That's you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to your best abilities at all times. Not just when you're around Akim, when it's camp time. Now you super Israelite. Now you out of camp. Now you super nigga. All right, this is a 24-hour job. 24 hours, 7 days a week, however many days it is in a year. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to let this ride out a little bit more because it's a great scene. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, you might watch it after seeing this. But give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem McCall Kadash, give honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS, Jerusalem, Irish to the elect, All the brothers come to 4 quarters for enduring and truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.